A bill to unionize child care providers received a lot of attention at the state capitol near the end of the just completed legislative session. Many local state lawmakers have never endured such a lengthy debate on the Senate floor. Hannah Tran talked to opponents, supporters, and home-based child care providers who feel a direct impact.
Child care unionization is a hot issue. The duration of this debate far exceeded what legislators are used to.
The daycare unionization bill was the longest debate in Senate history.
A bill to unionize child care providers gives them the right to form a union to negotiate with the state on public subsidy rates. Opponents believe that most providers want to avoid a union.
They're like a small business owner. They're not an employee of the state, and they don't want to be treated like an employee. They don't want to be told what to do with their business.
But bill supporters say the bill does not force child care providers to join a union, but only offer the option to vote.
Now, they're going to still remain as a small business. They're not going to be a state employee. They're going to remain as a small business. They're going to be able to set their rates.
Supporters say this bill came forth after concerns of subsidy cuts to the sector in recent years.
To allow them to have a voice in, for their benefits, for their salaries, for their organizations.
This bill involves providers, licensed and unlicensed, who offer state public subsidies for needy families. Opponents say the bill will force providers to pay union fees or fair share to get these subsidies for the needy.
And they would rather not take those families that have government subsidies than to be forced to unionize or pay fair shares.
A fair share fee is for providers who do not want to become part of a union but must pay fees to be represented and receive negotiated benefits. If a union is passed, the fee is $25 a month. For non-union members, they must pay somewhere under 85% of that fee to receive negotiated benefits. Licensed and unlicensed providers with public subsidies will vote on these options.
And so I don't feel it's fair that they are able to vote on things that affect licensed family child care providers, because we are very different worlds.
Some child care providers are concerned about including unlicensed providers in the voting process. However, they hope that the integrity of voting stands. Hannah Tran, Lakeland News.
And to clarify, this bill would authorize home-based child care providers to vote on whether or not to be in a union. Some argue that home-based providers are more directly affected by the bill than established daycare centers. Others say there is an overall effect on all providers. We'll provide updates on this story as it develops.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.